Okay guys, welcome back to Hunt Motors. This is video number 2 of our 1980 Landcruiser. So we're going to do some underbody video and some investigation and point out some stuff. So you'll notice first and foremost, leaf springs, newer shackles. It has been heavily undercoated, which I see that a lot from Japanese vehicles. And that's the ones that last the longest. Because everything in Japan rusts, and I mean rust heavy. But this one was spared. It's got a good frame under it, nice underbody. Where we're at right now is the rear floor pan. You can see the rear tub looks really good. It's been heavily undercoated. That beam looks really nice. Muffler's even good. I don't know how old the muffler is. It's been coated. Let's get some close-ups of the frame though. You can see the metal's really thick. That is a C-channel style frame. Even in the back here, all that's in really good shape. All right, moving on to the axle. Nice big Toyota rear axle on these. I don't know what size they are or the gearing, but I know these are heavy duty beasts though. These are outperforming a lot of the Jeep Wranglers that I build these days. So again, let's pop up here, front part of the frame. Here we've got the rear transfer case. To me, it appears the transfer case was rebuilt at one point. You can see it's been painted on the aluminum, and of course the paint's worn off already, but then you got the bare aluminum there. So they probably had it out and rebuilt it at some point. Point out a few things I think are good. U-joints are good. U-joints are good, and they feel good driving. There's no driving vibration from the drive shaft itself. Okay, we've got a nice little pan here, whatchamacallit, put a light on here. Got a little leak from the drain plug. This is coming off of the transmission, I believe. But that's just a drain plug leak. Moving on to the transmission. And the oil pan. Oh my Lord, look how clean the oil pan is. Huh. That thing is really clean. Look at that. No wetness. Even that plug is good. And there's the front of your engine. Again, it's not a huge engine. It's just a 4-cylinder. And we can see some of the floor pans here. Up front, that's the front floor pans. And then we get to the very front where they've done some repairs in the past, it looks like. So that's got a rust hole in it on the crease. But it's the, if I understand these floor pans correctly, they've got 2 layers to them. And that's the bottom layer, which looks to be rusted. That looks like something that could be cut out and then patched over very easily. You wouldn't have to redo a whole tub or anything just for that. And then I've also noticed, let's cruise over to here while we're talking about some rust. Here is a spot here. Again, the outer sheet metal has rusted away from the inner sheet metal, and then they've treated it. Now you can see this is the inside of your bodywork here, or the sheet metal. All that's really good. But it has rusted on that seam right there. It's really weird. So keep that in mind. That's a spot that I think could be easily mitigated. If you look up in here, you could see the inside layer is in really good shape. So it's like the very outer layer, the bottom layer here just kind of disintegrated for some reason. But the inner layer is really nice. I don't get that at all. But there's a lot of things about Landcruisers I don't get or understand. So let's come around here. You can see the pans where the seats sit on are in good shape. All that seems to be good. Let's cruise around the other side. I think we probably have something here too. So that's what I would do. Okay, so here's what I would do to the other side. It looks like that has been patched up before with just some basic sheet metal. They probably, if I know Landcruiser aftermarket pretty well, they probably sell some patch panels. So this is not anything. That one's good now because it's been patched, and then there's a spot there. Again, the inside looks really good. There's like an inner layer there that's what you feel on the top of the inside of the cabin. So, does have a few spots on this pan. Wish it didn't, but that's Landcruisers for you. But these don't seem bad, honestly. One's already been fixed. There's a couple others here and over here that I think you can cut some of that metal out and just put a little piece of sheet metal there to kind of keep it airtight inside the cabin. I don't know how many dealers would show you all this, probably none, but I'm not your average dealer either. Everything looks tight though, man. No leaks other than this little guy here. I'll tighten up for you. Bam. That'll be tightened before you get it. Good belts, good hoses, good motor mounts. Okay, I see a little more corrosion up here. Some kind of looks like a rock shield. That right there is corroded. There we go. I don't know if my thing is focusing. Looks like a really thin piece of sheet metal that's wobbly, but I think it's just like a stone guard, and it unbolts. You got some bolts that hold it in there. One there, one on the other side as well. So that could come down and be replaced, obviously. Let's look at your front area of your frame. Oh, that looks really good on that side. Really good on that side. And let's pan out at the front here. Your CVs look good. They're letting grease out, which is good. It's a good sign. Keeps them lubricated. Those are a huge upgrade on Jeeps, by the way. And those come standard on your Landcruisers. Let's roll back this way. Again, looking at some more frame details. I like how Landcruiser does a C channel within a C channel type of a frame. That's really cool. You see where they've undercoated this thing a lot, but you know, I don't think it's designed to hide stuff. I think it's just designed to keep that frame good. I mean, take into account, you can peel this stuff off, and if you really wanted to, and sandblast it and redo it, but I say why mess with it, because that's just going to keep that frame nice for a very long time. All right. Not much else to see under here. One little minor leak. Couple of semi-minor rust spots. Again, when you take into the grand scheme of this whole Landcruiser, that's pretty minor. The biggest thing I was concerned about when I got it was all this metal here. All that stuff there. If you look all the way up into the wheel wells there, all that's really nice. And then the other wheel well, same thing. All that stuff is in really good shape. kind of cruise around here. See, I was just real concerned about the body panels. That's when you get into repainting the whole thing and doing a lot of exterior cosmetic stuff. I think the holes in the floor pan down here, I think that's pretty, where did I find it at? Oh, it's way over here. So that's pretty common. But what I'm impressed by is, or surprised by, is the fact that the inner parts of that are not bad. So this is not structural by any means, because obviously you got a frame, but more just, hey, we've got a couple of holes on the outside seams here. And I know I'm up close, they probably look really huge, but when you're back here, that's what you're looking at. Get a light on that, there we go. So, okay, so that's the underbody. I think I've already mentioned the brand new wheels, brand new tires, some brand new suspension components. I know the shocks look to be newer. But yeah, that's a nice underbody view. Again, I don't know very many dealers that are gonna do all this for you and disclose all this stuff to you. Most of them are more interested in hiding stuff. Oh, here's some more stuff I wanted to point out. Okay, so the fenders we talked about on the other video. This is a little better view of that. It's been patched up. The outer edge has been worked a little bit. And then up here in the front has been redone and patched. So again, these bolt on, man, those are not that difficult to change out. And I think the sets are $300 a piece or $400 a piece for brand new sheet metal. So I think these will last several more years, as long as you keep it indoors. You know, don't let it get wet as much as you can, and these things won't rust that bad. So again, hope you like my video. Hope you are a buyer on this thing. And if you are, come out and check it out and drive it, and be happy to show it to you and sell it to you if you want it. Thanks again. Wayne here at Hunt Motors.